The build-up to World AIDS Day that is commemorated 1st December worldwide on New Vision TV continues looking at the HIV/AIDS pandemic. This year's theme is Communities Make the Difference. In our special report today, we look at how we can remain cautious.
Thank you, Lynn. Dr. Love, today we are going to discuss HIV and love. And I just wanted to ask, how can we remain conscious in a time of HIV?
Well, HIV has been with us for many people. It has been with us for most of their life, and that consciousness is imposed upon them. It's not an option; it's comparative, because HIV spread through many ways, especially for us in Uganda. Sex. There are other ways like blood transfusion, but in Uganda now, it is not possible because the medical world has made sure that such other transmissions are not there. Even the transmission of mother to child is being contained because of projects like Option B+, where right now HIV positive mothers are up to around 86% of them no longer transmit HIV to their children. So now what remains as the biggest problem is through sex, unprotected sex.
Okay, and also suppose somebody is in love with a person who has HIV and they really feel this person is the one for me. How would you advise them to proceed?
People get attracted, and the news of HIV positive will not derail them. Those who are not in love will not understand, but the people in love will feel the bond. We have a big number of Ugandans who are living in what we call discordant relationships, where one person is positive and another is negative. Once they test and they find they are discordant, the fear used to be that the marriages would break, the relationships would break, but it doesn't happen. They stay. At first, there was that feeling of invincibility. The negative person would think, this person's HIV cannot get me. But HIV doesn't get always at the first encounter. But repeated exposures are dangerous. So what happens is that even for people in discordant relationships, science has caught up. We have preventive technologies where either they can use condoms throughout, but they also have an urge, a natural urge to have children. So when that time to have children comes, like the ovulation of the woman, they can have additional protective measure to have unprotected sex. Drop the condom. There is PrEP, use pre-exposure prophylaxis, which will stop the positive, the negative, HIV negative partner from getting HIV. There is also ARVs. Usually the person who is positive, when they take ARVs faithfully and they keep monitoring, their viral load is undetected, their risk of transmitting HIV goes almost to zero.
Okay, suppose one party wants to test and the other one does not want to test, because that usually happens for men and women, whether it's a boyfriend or girlfriend or a man and wife. You know, someone may have somebody, they've got into this new relationship, and you want to test to see whether you're positive or negative. Going together becomes a problem. Most times the woman is willing to test, but the man is not interested in testing. And even for married couples, how do you convince your husband to test? You remain actually powerless. So what advice would you give in such a situation?
For unmarried couples, dating couples, a person refusing to test, you see, at that time, that's a time when you're studying each other. That relationship doesn't have to end in marriage. A person who refuses to test, even to make you comfortable with the relationship, is really not worth handing over yourself, because this is your life. I would advise that then you start investing elsewhere. But in marriage, it may be too late. Because marriage has a lot of stakeholders. There are children, there is society, there are parents. The person may refuse to test. That is why they are coming up with the prevention technologies that a woman can use alone without the permission of the man, like microbicides, which is a gel that you put inside your vagina, and it spreads topically, such that when there is HIV, it's killed before the point of entry.
So this is using this gel right before you have sex?
Yes.
So Dr. Love, as we go into the weekend, what message do you have for people out there regarding this topic?
Every Ugandan has a stone to throw against HIV. HIV is a public enemy and the whole public is fighting. So what is your stone? Know your status. It is important to know your status. Why? Because if you are negative, then you get motivation to stay negative. If you are positive, then you get reason to live positive. You start on ARVs. When you start on ARVs, when your immunity is still strong, you don't get a lot of side effects, and you live a positive life. You live longer, as long as a normal natural lifespan of another human being. Because now there is a policy of test and treat. They no longer wait for your immunity to go below 200.
Thank you, Dr. Love. Know your HIV status. If you're HIV positive, remember to adhere to your ARV drugs. And if you're negative, keep negative and make sure you test your blood every so often.